7 News on your side at 11 starts now.
And first tonight at 11 o'clock, 7 News is on your side. We're learning new details in the case of a charter bus driver who police say drove drunk with a bus full of kindergartners.
We first told you last night at 11 he drove off the road while busing students back to D.C. from Fairfax County. New tonight, 7 News' Jay Korf spoke to a parent of one of those kids who says the more she heard about how this happened, the more upset she got.
When we got the information last night, it became clearer and clearer how actually serious it was.
Meredith Katz's daughter Addie is in kindergarten at Murch Elementary in Northwest D.C. She says her daughter's field trip Thursday to Cox Farms in Fairfax County went great until they headed home in a school bus chartered by Rome Charters LLC. Police say that bus driver, 48-year-old Troy Reynolds, lost control, hit a rock, blew out a tire, and kept driving. Katz says her daughter hit her head during the incident and is thankfully okay. Teachers aboard that bus made sure Reynolds stopped.
This is Addie, and she was on the bus yesterday, and we're so glad that she's safe, and we're so grateful for the teachers for everything they did, right?
Yes.
Authorities say Reynolds' blood alcohol content was more than twice the legal limit. They add he had a previous DWI. His bus and a second bus chartered that day had safety violations. And none of the drivers, including Reynolds' replacement driver, were properly licensed. Friday, DCPS Chancellor Louis Farabee hosted a virtual press conference.
I was one of the first people on the phone call with Rome Charters on yesterday trying to understand what happened and their operations and where they failed us.
We repeatedly asked school leaders today, where exactly was the oversight for the driver with a previous DWI? And where exactly was the oversight on all those drivers who didn't have the proper license to drive a school bus in the first place? Does DCPS have any oversight abilities, or do they have to rely entirely on the vendor?
We will have to take some follow-up on that.
Our question was not answered. We should note that Chancellor Farabee says Rome Charters officials have not answered their question satisfactorily, and the school system is in the process of severing ties with this vendor. Rome Charters officials have declined our requests for comment. Jay Korf, 7 News.
And breaking tonight, a pedestrian is hit in a crash in Dumfries, and right now police are on the scene at Dumfries Road and Green Tree Lane. At this point, we don't know a whole lot about maybe how badly the person was hurt or how this even occurred, but 2 lanes now of Dumfries Road and the eastbound I-95 off-ramp are closed tonight as a result of this. And new tonight, Prince William County police are looking for 2 people who shot a worker at a Woodbridge Dunkin' Donuts. They just sent us these surveillance images. It happened at the Dunkin' on Old Bridge Road. Police say that the men shot the 29-year-old worker after he refused to give them money from the register. We're told he is going to survive and he'll be okay. Police believe these same men also stole a safe from a different Dunkin' Donuts on Minnieville Road. In both cases, they broke in through the drive-through window. Officers say the men were driving a gray SUV.
It's your voice, your vote, and new tonight, Prince William County says there may be an issue with the envelope seals on some mail-in ballots. In a statement, the county elections director says some finished ballots arrived with at least 1 envelope seal open. Also, some seals opened while election officials inspected the envelopes. He says those ballots will still be counted and future envelopes will be fixed. This isn't the first election issue, though. 7 News has reported on this month. Last week, we told you the Virginia Department of Elections sent the wrong voting location information to thousands of people in Fairfax and Prince William counties. The department blames a printing issue for that mistake. This week, Fairfax County leaders called for a full investigation. 7 News on your side is your source for the midterm elections. Please be sure to join Jonathan Elias, Dave Lucas, and I on election night for complete coverage of all of our local races. Our coverage starts at 7 on our sister station WJLA 24/7 News and streaming on WJLA.com.
Enough is enough is enough. Every person of good conscience needs to clearly and unambiguously stand up against the violence in our politics, regardless what your politics are.
Tonight, President Biden appearing at a rally in Philadelphia commenting on the violent attack on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband. Hours ago, we learned that Paul Pelosi had surgery for a fractured skull and serious injuries on his arm and hands. He is expected to make a full recovery. Police are still investigating a motive, but sources tell our partners at ABC News that the overnight break-in appears to be targeted. The 42-year-old attacker was reportedly shouting, "Where's Nancy?" before he hit the speaker's husband with a hammer. He faces a number of charges tonight, including attempted murder.
Tonight, a 4-year-old boy hit by a truck yesterday in Northwest D.C. is recovering. Police believe the child ran out into traffic. Our Carl Willis spoke with the driver who rushed that child to the hospital as soon as he realized what happened. This is a story you'll see only on 7 News tonight.
The scene, a parent's nightmare. A child darts away and right into traffic.
I just heard like a scream, like a lady scream. So immediately, I stopped the car and looked to see what was going on.
A 4-year-old boy who police say had gotten away from his mother, hit by a truck on V Street Northwest. Sean Best was behind the wheel. He was on his way to pick up his 7-year-old boy from school. What's going through your mind when you realized what happened?
I just seen my son on the ground. It was like I just seen my son on the ground. Like my heart was just broke. I immediately just came into survival mode and just grabbed him because I looked at him as my own son.
Police say Best not only stopped, he also loaded the 4-year-old, mother, and 2 other children into his truck and rushed them to a hospital. They were then transported to Children's National, where the little boy is in serious but stable condition.
The fact that he's awake, he's alert, and he's talking, we are very thankful for.
Police do say that they like to rely on the city's emergency services because ambulances have advanced life support. But they also say they weren't there in the heat of the moment. Would you have done anything differently?
No. The only thing I would have done differently is praying that he would have never came out in the street. Other than that, I've done what a good human being would have done.
He understood that a young child was injured seriously, and there was a hospital a few blocks away. So I can't necessarily fault him for that. However, that will be part of the investigation as we look into it.
Best told 7 News that he wants to check in on the boy and his mother.
I have 2 sons.
Let them know that he's there for them.
And I would want somebody to do the same for mine. Like, that's a human life.
At Children's National Hospital, Carl Willis, 7 News.
Gotta feel for that guy. Something to watch out for in the roads this weekend because the Marine Corps Marathon is back in person for the first time in a couple years. And remember, a lot of roads are going to be closed for this race. It's happening on Sunday in parts of Arlington and D.C. So some road closures start at 3 o'clock in the morning Saturday, going into Sunday. So we've posted a complete list of the road closures on our website. Just go to WJLA.com and just search Marathon on our homepage. So take it slow out there this weekend with the runners walking around after the race. And then on Monday, too, because of trick-or-treaters, take it easy. We also can't forget it is the weekend before Halloween.
Yeah, we know the holiday falls on a Monday this year, but there are still tons of parties happening this weekend, and we hope you'll show us your costumes.
We, by the way, have already received some pictures on Chime In, and they're always cute, so we wanted to share. This is one from 7 News viewer Tammy Nestor. Look at that dog. How cute is he? Yep. That is her dog Cooper, and he's dressed as the Black Panther.
Oh, and we absolutely love this one. Buster, come on down. This adorable pup is ready to compete on his favorite game show. Thanks to our viewer, Christopher Wilson, for sharing this one. And we want to see even more creative costumes and decorations this weekend. Upload them on WJLA.com/chime-in, and we'll share some of our favorites on this newscast and on Halloween night.
What are you dressing Rio up as?
He's going as a UPS worker.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he has the box and everything.
Oh, that's cute. I got Becca Lion outfit, which is pretty funny when you put the
nice.
lion meme on it. He looks really good, yeah.
We'll have to send him to chime in.
And how about,
Right, Bill?
Trigger, what do you get, what is it?
Tracker.
Tracker, and what the other, you got another dog too. What are you dressing those guys up as?
Well, I'm feeling neglectful now to them because I don't know if I have the costume for them. I'm going to have to check with Jolene. She's the one that's going to know, but we'll do something, I'm sure. Hey, sun up to sundown, a quick time lapse in Frederick, Maryland. You can see a cloudy day, but a beautiful sunrise and sunset. We're tracking your weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Speaking of costumes, I don't need one because I'm scary enough.
Yeah, we know.
Get that one.
Yeah.
All right, hello everybody. 7 News is on your sideline tonight. We were all over the DMV giving you the best high school football coverage in the region.
And in just a couple of minutes, we will have highlights from a dozen different games. 7 News on your sideline, of course, coming your way next. Stay with us.
All right, everybody, welcome back to talk about your weekend forecast. Got some clouds out there right now. It's a fairly cloudy day. They're going to be breaking up as we go through the evening hours. We are not tracking any rainfall, though. If we had any, you'd see the green on the map. So straight to your Futurecast as we go into the evening hours tonight. Notice that we'll start out tomorrow morning with a few clouds here and there. It's a chilly start to the day, 30s and low 40s, but a great one to have your morning cup of coffee, watch a little bit of sunshine here and there. Temperatures out the door, like I just mentioned, say right around, say, 47 in D.C. We'll go 41 around Manassas, so a chilly start to the day. And then as we get on into the afternoon, look at the skies clear. I expect a ton of sunshine tomorrow. So if you're going out and doing some fall activities, getting your pumpkin, checking out the leaves, we got peak viewing going on all over the region, especially a little bit farther off to the west. Just getting outside and hanging out with the kids, all great weather for that. So your Saturday forecast, we start at, say, 46 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. Generally speaking, around the area, we end up in the low 60s with lots of sunshine. Get outside. You're going to enjoy it. Then Sunday, of course, we got the marathon. We may see some temperatures nudge up a little bit, mid, maybe upper 60s in some spots that get a little bit warmer. But the increasing clouds are going to be around. Rain will be late at night. So let's talk about that. Our next weather maker arrives here Sunday night and into your Halloween Monday. Notice the green on the map, of course. This is a Futurecast model. So Monday morning, a spotty shower or two. Not a big deal through the first half of the day on Monday, but let's take you to trick-or-treat time. Now we're seeing a lot of green on the map, and that is an indicator that showers are going to be possible, if not likely, in that 70% range for your trick-or-treat time. Here's a look at 8 o'clock, and the heavier green, the darker green, that's where we have a greater chance for some rain that goes right on through your 9 and 10 o'clock time frame. So your Halloween forecast, it's been worse, right? It doesn't look like a complete washout at this point, but we have to say showers throughout that entire period. Temperatures pretty close to normal. We're going to say in that mid to low 60s range, but you're going to want to plan on the umbrella, taking the kids out. If you have a wagon with the little ones, sometimes the wagons have, like, the top on them. You might want to consider that as well. Of course, we will fine-tune it as we get a little bit closer. Brian Vandegraff will be here tomorrow night and Sunday night, and he'll get you through that as well. So then we're looking ahead to, we'll go past Monday, and we're in the 70s. This is a fairly warm system. If you're tracking this on your app, it's the system that's down in Texas right now. That's the one that will be up here for Monday. Once it passes, we're going to get back into some really nice conditions. Above normal temperatures, we should be 65 this time of year. So make it a point to get out and enjoy dry over the weekend. Quite a few clouds as we get on into Sunday. Have a great one. Scott, Livia, over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. I wish it was in the 70s tonight, huh, Liv? A little chilly out there. It's Friday night, and that means another jam-packed night of high school football action all across the region.
And now, the Toyota Sports Desk, sponsored by your Toyota dealers.
I can't believe it. It's the final Friday night in October. You know what that means. The playoffs are just about here, right around the corner.
Livy, you want to be playing your best football right now. Yeah. Over the course of the season, we've talked a lot about Fairfax and Lake Braddock, but flying under the radar, 7-1 West Springfield. The Spartans, a very good team, hosting West Potomac tonight. A chill in the air. This was football weather, my friends. First quarter, West Potomac in blue losing 3-0. Emmanuel Honor takes the handoff, breaks the tackle, rumbling for a 20-yard gain. Later in the drive, 4th and goal for the Wolverines. Quarterback Ra Wesley goes untouched for the score. West Potomac goes in front 7-3. Second quarter, here come the Spartans. Emmanuel Baskerville uncorks the long ball on target. Mark Anthony White on the receiving end. Touchdown. West Springfield back on top. This game would go to overtime. West Springfield wins a thriller, 35-28. The Spartans are now 8-1.
His name, Ra-Ra?
Ra-Ra, that is
Love
correct.
that. All right, let's go to Olney, where Good Counsel is taking on St. John's in a WCAC matchup. Let's go to the second quarter here. The Falcons with the quick pass to Elijah Moore. That's my guy right there.
That guy's a stud.
He's a stud. He just moves around that football field effortless, picks up a big chunk of yards after the catch. No rest for the defense tonight. Next play, the handoff to Dylan Jones. He takes it straight downhill to the end zone. Good Counsel up 10-0. Let's go to the third quarter. Jones again. There are the cheerleaders. This time, he is going to rumble for 50 yards. Set up another score. Good Counsel shuts down St. John's 24-0.
That team is good.
Yeah, they are. Seniors at Sherwood taking their home field for the last time, hosting Magruder. Oh, senior night. It's a sad time, a good time. Warriors with the play action fake. Amari Allen with some time, and he's looking downfield for Markel King. Big play, big score. Warriors adding to their lead. That gets everyone dancing, all riled up. Magruder trying to respond and pulling out some trickery here. The toss pass, Dennis Peacock going deep, but Jace Munoz picks it off. Sherwood blanks Magruder 38-zip.
All right, back to Fairfax County. Robinson hosting undefeated Fairfax High School. Opening possession of the third quarter, Robinson in yellow losing 6-0. The Rams on the move, though. Dylan Byerline picks up a big gainer. It would set up this 33-yard field goal attempt by Noah Stein. The kick is good. Robinson down only 6-3 now. Huge play right here. 3rd and long for the Lions. Jake Worthen connecting with Cam Love. Move those chains. Very next play. Worthen fakes the handoff and takes off. Look at the quarterback with some wheels, untouched for the score. Fairfax beats Robinson 20-10, moving to 9-0 on the season. We're just getting started here on 7 News on your sideline. We are going to take a trip to Prince George's County.
One of my favorite matchups of the night. I had so much fun. Maryland powerhouse Wise matching up against 6-2 Eleanor Roosevelt. 7 News on your sideline rolls on. Stay with us.
Welcome back to 7 News on your sideline. This time next week, the first round of the Maryland High School football playoffs will be wrapping up. And once again, the Wise Pumas are strong contenders to win the 4A state championship.
Scott, the Pumas roster is filled with athletes. Yep. They're just freak athletes. They're fast and they are elusive. Wise playing host to Eleanor Roosevelt. Pumas ready to battle here. Like I said, I had so much fun at this school. Pumas QB1, Courtney Davis, handing it off to Christian Rawlings. He cuts through those Raiders defenders, finding a hole right there, and he's in. Touchdown Wise. They missed the extra point. 6-zip. Those cheerleaders were fun to hang out with tonight. All right, Raiders with the ball. QB Marcus Bernhardt attempting to find one of his own, but lands in the hands of defensive tackle Ronald Hull. Interception. He's running. His guys are making the tackles. This was Wise's game from the start. 50-6, the final.
All right, to the blue field of Alexandria City, hosting the South County Stallions. No score in the first quarter. Alexandria City on offense. The backwards pass isn't caught. That's a live football. South County with the recovery. Huge play early on. The Stallions capitalize. Jordan Dennis back to pass, connecting with Cameron Hoskins for the touchdown. South County takes the early lead, 6-0. They don't look back. South County tops Alexandria City 32-0. In Manassas, Osborne facing crosstown rival Osborne Park, down 7-0 in the first. The Osborne Park QB fumbles, and the ball lands right in the arms of Corey Hill for the score. Osborne Eagles up 14-0. Later in the second, the handoff to senior Nicholas Williams. Bursts through the hole, and he's off and running, scampering into the end zone. His second TD of the night. Osborne blanks their rival 57-0.
All right, next up, Potomac hosting Fairmont Heights. Potomac's Marshawn Perry with the beautiful pass to Anthony Jefferson. What a catch. Comes down, gets the Wolverines down the field. Of course, I made friends with the mascot. I'm just following what Scott does every Friday. Didn't put the head on, though. Take a look at this. Marshawn Perry hands it off to Nyron Campbell-Adams. A perfect TD run, moving and grooving to the end zone. Maybe got a little too excited here. Does some gymnastics. Very nice. Give it a 10. Not allowed, but it's nice. TD stands. Potomac goes on to win this one big time, 37-0 at home. All right, we're not done yet. The best matchups of the night might have been in Virginia.
Yeah, Nokesville, Virginia. Undefeated Patriot facing 6-2 John Champ. Find out if the Pioneers took a big step closer to a perfect regular season. That's next on 7 News on your sideline. Stay with us.
All right, we just keep on chugging along here on 7 News on your sideline. Sometimes we like to look ahead. Next week could be the biggest game of the season in Prince William County when undefeated Patriot visits undefeated Battlefield.
Yeah, Livy, I have that one circled on the old calendar already. Yeah. However, before we get to that point, Patriot had a big test tonight against a very tough John Champ team. Just before the half, Patriot leading 52-21. John Champ not going down without a fight. Patrick Bryan to Cameron Petrie, all alone in the end zone. The Knights still down a bunch, 52-28. They would actually close to within 10, but that's as close as they would get. Pioneers quarterback Sam Fernandez hands off to Jackson McCarter. Bye-bye. Patriot grabs back the momentum This was a shootout. Patriots win 76-59. Big win for the Pioneers.
Big win. Senior night in Damascus. The Hornets hosting Seneca Valley. The Eagles screaming early. Elijah Frazier play action over the middle to Christian Britt for the touchdown. Britt is all fired up there. Of course, he should be. Seneca takes the early lead, but Damascus, they powered their way on the ground and through the air. Thomas McDarby surviving things and finds Dominique Hess, on the post route in the end zone. What a comeback for Damascus. They win this 33-20. All right, the Battle of Rockville, Rams hosting an orange out against Richard Montgomery. Rockets make a game of it in the fourth. Inside the 10, and Anthony Dixon scrambles in season open. Khalil Wilson, the sophomore, comes down with the touchdown. RM within 7 right there. But our former athlete of the week, I love this kid, Mackie Langsam, just couldn't be stopped. Great cutback inside and dives towards the goal line. He's in. Langsam scored twice in the final quarter. Rams, the beasts of Rockville, winning tonight 35-20.
That young man is a football player.
Is.
Let's go back to Virginia for the Hayfield Hawks at the Mount Vernon Majors. Third quarter, game tied at 21. Hayfield's Jacob Gunn is looking for it all. Deep to Bryson Johnson. Oh my, Johnson hauls it in and leaves the D in the dust. The Hawks go up 28-21, but the Majors would answer right back. Kayvon Belfield throws a bomb of his own. Dylan Rowe was there to make the catch. He scores to tie the game at 28. Hayfield would end up taking this one, though, 42-28. Also, a reminder, if you missed any of the scores or highlights, go on our website right now, WJLA.com/sports. We have all the scores and highlights up there right now.
We got pictures, we got videos.
We got it all.
We do a lot on Fridays. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Jimmy Kimmel Live is next. Good night, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend.